I am Prashant and I want you to think about this classic situation. Imagine you're on a Zoom call or one of those office Google Meet calls and you have to say, wow, this is an exciting update for everyone. But in the background, your kid is screaming, you have an upset stomach, and your Wi Fi is also laggy. Would you be able to stay positive? Okay, another situation, you've maxed your credit cards and you're buried under those credit card bills, and Diwali is just around the corner and your family wants to do a great shopping. Would you be able to stay positive? But this one is a little bit intense. You've been fired from the job, God forbid. And because you could take the loans, you have the loans, and now you have a huge EMI to pay. You have just 1 month's salary left, and the next job is nowhere in sight. Would you be able to keep positive and smile through it all? See, sometimes life is garbage, okay, and pretending it's not can make you mentally exhausted. So in this video, I'm gonna take this thing on. I'm gonna take this whole positive vibes only culture really hard. And I'm gonna show it to you how pretending to be okay all the time is actually ruining your mental health, keeping you far off from the reality, not letting you strategize. And on the other hand, how actually allowing yourself to feel bad could be a start of real growth, not pseudo growth, not Instagram quotes growth, but the real growth. So for this video, let's call this toxic positivity, okay? So what is toxic positivity? I think it's a kind of an emotional gaslighting. It's denial kind of dressed up as optimism. It's the constant pressure to always stay and behave and pretend that you are happy, even when your life is falling apart, even when things are going really wrong, and when, just stay positive, only positive thoughts, manifest positivity becomes your answer to every bloody shit, including big shit, including small shit, trauma, job loss, even depression. Go through some common Indian examples, okay? So you're venting about burnout at the workplace and high pressure, and your parents are like, thank God you have a job. You at least have a job. Imagine if somebody is going through a divorce, Baba, just blindly saying that just be positive throughout the divorce, it is not going to help, right? The guy is going to be in denial for the longest time. I want to go through some subtle forms of toxic positivity in India, okay? Some things happen absolutely for no reason, but the idea is that it will happen and we have to accept it. If something bad happens, somebody would say it could have been worse, but it is still bad. So yes, it could have been worse, but what has happened is bad. Can we take stock of the situation? Difficult times, people say, "Oh, choose happiness." But how do you choose happiness? It's not like a cost. It's not like a thing in a supermarket where you can just choose happiness, right? It's tough sometimes. So I feel toxic positivity is nothing but denial made to look pretty. So it doesn't fix the problem, but it just buries it for the longest time. Okay, bhai, so let's talk about why it is harmful, okay? Now, I'll go through some studies. A 2023 Indian Journal of Psychiatry study linked emotional suppression with higher anxiety and insomnia. So, some things can be a little serious, like anxiety, which leads to maybe depression. I don't want to sound like an expert, but the point is that if you feel there are signs of anxiety and depression, you cannot suppress it with just positive vibes and positive manifestation and positive talking. That person needs help, and that is the only way to fix it. Okay, one more statistics. People who said I am fine regularly but didn't mean it showed increased cortisol and even higher risk of depression. तो कुछ problem है, अंदर कुछ चल रहा है, and if you just keep saying I'm fine, or if somebody is asking you to say I'm fine, and makes that like a therapy, it's extremely stupid. Don't do that. And look around for people who are doing this and please help them. Okay, there is a fantastic example of what happens at our workplaces, okay? So you want to show your boss that you are absolutely loving the whole, grind and hustle culture in the office, the rat race, the burning the midnight oil, staying late till evenings and completing some projects and then winning accolades. And we do that for, straight 1-2 years, and until we break, until we collapse. So Indian culture will promote and worship resilience, but somehow it sort of bites you back and punishes you. मैंने थोड़ा research किया, and this is mind blowing, okay, and this is deep. Listen to this. Deeper truth in this entire subject is that negative emotions of a person when they come is actually a lot of data. It's a gold mine of data. Listen to me. Fear keeps you safe. If you're fearful of something, मतलब तुम उसमें नौटंकी करने जाओगे नहीं, and you would not venture into that thing, you'll probably be safe. डर के आगे जीत and all is fine, but let's say you get into an escalation or a fight, The best thing to do is just be fearful of the situation and figure out an exit. Just de-escalate all the time. Next one is anger. Anger shows that boundaries are violated. Isn't it amazing? Like, the reason you're angry is because probably you're not comfortable beyond that point. This person, the person is not. So we got to respect and appreciate that. Sadness reveals what you actually care about. When you actually give a shit about a thing or a person, you're sad. And that's an emotion. Imagine you're in the office and you get signs about things falling apart for you. Maybe it's a promotion that's not coming your way. Opportunities are probably given to somebody else, and you see signs of that coming. Maybe you are a leader, and things are falling apart in that, sense. And you finally wait and you smile through the final debacle. Now imagine a situation where you could have read those signs right in the beginning, not smiled through it, not be resilient through it, and waited for the final debacle. You actually took some steps and action towards fixing it. It could be probably looking for other opportunities, as simple as that. Your personal life, I mean, think about a health issue. Health issue, if you smile through it, it's stupid. You should never do that. If there is a headache for about 2 months and you're not doing anything about it, then you're really stupid, right? So health scares obviously need immediate attention. Financial problem situation. So you know that you've been maxing your credit card, you've taken a lot of debt, there is a house EMI, you've taken some loans, you want a car also, you've done that. Now there is a situation where 75 to 80% of your salary is going into debt repayment. It's a scary situation, and trust me, I've been here, okay? And it's not a good place to be in. So we cannot smile through it, we cannot be resilient through it and wait for a final fatka. The idea is to strategize, figure out a plan to get out of it, and do things at the right time and take the action at the right time, rather than just feeling positive about it and waiting for the positivity and manifestation to come to you and solve the problem for you. It's not going to do that. When you bottle stuff up, it doesn't stay there, it leaks. It leaks into your personal life, into relationships, into work, into your health, into your mind. It keeps leaking, and that is toxic. So what can be done about this? Again, I am going to share some thoughts and ideas. Some are researched, of course. The idea is to get real with your problems and with the challenges. When you're really angry and you want to rant out, but you decide to swallow it. See, now letting that out on somebody may not be a good idea, so a better idea is probably journaling it. Journaling helps here. I've done it, I've tried it, and it works. It gives you a lot of peace of mind. Okay, when you're really freaking upset, sometimes you are, and it's uncontrollable. And if you feel like crying, I mean, there are lesser times you feel like crying, लेकिन अगर रोने को आ रहा है तो रो यार. थोड़ा टाइम रो, मतलब अकेले बैठ के रो. सबको बताने की ज़रूरत obviously नहीं है. Because it's better to do that, think deep, and do that instead of just numbing it down by going through some reels. वो तो पागलपन. But we joke about mental breakdowns in memes and stuff, right? But when a relative or somebody in the family or a friend is showing signs of it, you should not obviously joke about it, right? You got to appreciate it, and maybe try and figure out a way to handle that in a more scientific way. This whole manifestation thing, I mean, I can do another video about it without being an expert also, because I genuinely have a completely different idea of manifestation. I don't know how some people artificially try to manifest stuff. I don't know if it works. I don't want to get into that. Please write in your comments. Don't bash me on that. But my point is that I have a different idea of manifestation. I think it works absolutely naturally. It comes to you naturally. If you're really wishing something, you already have that in your mind, and you will do that stuff anyway. There is no point. So if you're going through a bad phase, there is no point writing 20 times, I'm feeling better today, I'm feeling better today, I'm feeling better today, because you're not, yaar. That's the point, right? Real positivity is not trying to be and pretending to be or looking happy 24/7. I think it's riding that wave. It's about going through the ups and downs. You're feeling a little low, feel low. It's okay. Share it with somebody. It's okay, and just be real. एक छोटू सा exercise है that we can do is that if you having an emotion, try to identify the emotion, try to put a name to it, and go through it. Don't judge it, and figure out what it's trying to tell you. So if you're feeling guilty about being sad, angry, or unmotivated, or feeling like a piece of shit, this video is your permission slip. So going back to the words which I had a problem with, positive vibes only. We are here only for real vibes. Happy, the ugly, the confused, the unmotivated, because all of it is real and real will always beat fake. Alright, have fun. See you. I'll see you in the next video.